China has criticized the United States for its plan to increase its military presence in the Philippines. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson warned that granting the U.S. greater access to military bases by Manila could hurt regional stability and raise tensions. That after the Philippines and the U.S. announced a deal to open 4 more American bases in the Southeast Asian country. It would allow Washington to deploy military equipment and rotate its troops to a total of 9 bases. New locations have not been specified, but former Filipino military chief said Washington had requested access to bases close to Taiwan. The move is part of U.S. plans to encircle China's maritime border in anticipation of a war over Taiwan, which Beijing considers as its own. Beijing's increasing assertiveness in the disputed South China Sea has also infuriated Manila. Well, joining us now from Tokyo is President of the Asia Institute, Emmanuel Pastrich, to give us more insight on that story. Sir, welcome to the program. Let's jump right in and talk about, first of all, the U.S.'s plan to increase its military presence in the Philippines. What does this mean? And also, how do you read into China's response to that?
Right. Well, there has been rising tension around Taiwan for a while. I would say China does bear some responsibility in the way that it's made these enormous claims of territory throughout the South China Seas, right up to the border in case of a mischief reef with the Philippines. But really what 80% of it, I would say, comes from a incredible push on the part of the Pentagon in the United States for war, especially around Taiwan, and now with the more recent announcement by General Minahan of the Air Force that he envisioned a war with China before 2025. There's just an unprecedented drive for confrontation, which is really behind this. I really have some serious doubts that the Philippines as a government really has much ability to say no in this sort of a situation.
And also about the alliances that the United States is trying to strengthen in Southeast Asia and around China. Many analysts believe that it's not too wise of a decision to further these alliances, and there is the possibility that all of this could backfire in the end.
Right. Well, there's already some signs that it's backfiring on the ground in many countries. The alliances, whether it's Thailand, the Philippines, or for that matter in Japan or Korea, off the record, not in the handshakes between ministers and presidents, but off the record, many people feel that this is really a terrible imposition. A lot of it has to do with the sales of American arms to these countries, or multinational corporations' arms to these countries. And a lot of it also has to do with this question of what's considered to be integration or coordination between the militaries. But what it really means is that the chain of command, whether it's in the Philippines, in Korea, in Thailand, or elsewhere, is being subverted, and it's being infiltrated by these multinational corporations, these privatized intelligence firms, which are essentially telling the nation state what to do in a military response. So when this is done, the real danger would be the Philippines is no longer in control. And for that matter, obviously it's not the man in the street in the United States, right? But a very, very elite, small group of people within the Pentagon who will be deciding whether the Philippines is going to be in a catastrophic war.
All right, thanks a lot, Emmanuel Pastrich, joining us from Tokyo.